so, just a quick update. I got a season pass to the water park that we have here. It's a water park and theme park, so it has rides as well. It has dry rides. And so I'm going to be going there a lot this summer, and it's also it's called Fright Fest, which is in October. They decorate it for Halloween, and they have the dry rides open and stuff like that. And then there's a Holiday Lights one that I will be able to go to as well. So I will be going to that a lot this year. And yesterday was Mother's Day, and we had a good Mother's Day with my mom. I have not been playing The Sims. I have not been writing, but I've been getting close to writing because I've been rereading what I wrote. Because it's been so long since I wrote, so I need to reread all my stories that I was working on before I start again, because I don't want to get anything wrong with the characters or anything, or what's happening. A couple days ago, I went to the Phantom of the Opera that was playing at our theater, the Paramount, which is a really big theater downtown, really big live theater. And oh my gosh, it was amazing. There was the chandelier that came down in the audience and almost crashed into them, but it stopped, obviously. And oh my gosh, just everything. Just the sets and the costumes and the voices were so good, and the music, it was just wonderful. I've never seen it live before. That was just amazing. You really felt like you were part of the show, because that musical takes place, in an opera house. So a lot of the times they act like you're the audience in the opera house watching the opera. So it was really cool. Yeah, if you ever get a chance to go see Phantom of the Opera live, don't miss that opportunity, because it was an amazing experience. It was just incredible. Yeah, so that's the fun thing I did this weekend. That and Mother's Day. And then I cleaned my room and I drove. So that's what I've been up to. I haven't been doing much film-worthy stuff the past couple of days, which is why I haven't really filmed. So I'm hoping to find some more fun stuff to do, to film, but it might be a while before that happens. When I go to the theme park, I'll definitely film. And I got a GoPro camera now, so I can film while I'm on the rides, and I can film on the water slides because it's waterproof, obviously. And so that'll be cool. I don't have any harnesses for it yet, but I will get one. I'm planning on subscribing to one of our theaters so that I can see lots of musicals this year, because I really would love to see more musicals live, because it's just a good thing. It's a good learning experience for me, because I love to do my own musicals, and so it's always good to see how they do it and compare, like, oh, that's a clever idea. Like in the Phantom, part of the set was like a wall that closed, and so on the inside was another set, and so when they came out, it closed, and then they did another part of the scene in front of the wall, and I'm pretty sure that during that was when they were changing the set around inside the wall, and then it opened and it was a new set. So that's pretty clever. That's a good way to not let the transitions take so long, because that's my issue with musicals that I do. The transitions, we try to get them as short as possible, as quick, as simple as possible, but it's always hard, no matter how we try to do it. Right now, I'm about to read more of my story. It's a romance. I always do romance. in some form or another. I do teen romance, young adult, because they're not always teenagers. Like in the one I'm about to read, they're actually in their early 20s because they're in college. But yeah, young adult romance, historical romance, and fantasy. So those are all the genres I write. And the ones I'm working on right now, the two that I'm working on right now, are my young adult college one and my fantasy one, which they're both very different. Yeah, you should look out for my books too, because two are on sale on Amazon. One is called Terry and Me, and the other one's called Catherine's Plague. I like them because that's the kind of book I like. So that's the kind of book I write because I like that kind of book. I know it's a little corny, but I just love the relationship thing. I mean, lots of other stuff happens in the books, so it's not just about the romance, but I like to figure out the different relationships with people. So that's what I like. Yeah. And one's a historical romance. It's Catherine's Plague is the historical, and then one is the young adult, and they are teenagers in that one, but they're older teenagers. They're seniors in high school about to graduate. So it's kind of about right before the transition of that and going into that transition of between high school and college and that kind of thing, while at the same time figuring out their identity and discovering each other and that kind of thing. So go ahead and check it out if you want. If you don't want, that's totally fine too. But I have sold quite a few of Terry and Me. I think I sold a couple Catherine's Plague, but I haven't even been marketing it because, I mean, I'm not trying to make lots of money on these books. I write them because I want to tell stories, and if people want to read the stories and admire them, then go ahead. But, I'm not going to be heartbroken if I don't sell tons of copies. And if I don't become a best-selling author. That's not my goal. That's not why I write. I mean, it would be exciting, but that's not why I write. So, I write mainly for myself, and then I put it out there to share with other people if they want. So, that's just my opinion on it. I mean, it'd be cool if I could make a living doing that, but that's a really hard career. Because you have to be selling all the time, and that's a lot of pressure. So, and I don't want that much pressure. I mean, I don't like changing stuff I really like in my book. Some things I am fine with changing, and I can take criticism. But other things I just don't want to change because I put them in there for a purpose, for a reason. So, I really don't want to be told what to do. I'm bad at that. I don't like being told what to do. I really don't. It's because I have certain ideas in my mind that I'm really strict about. And I just set my mind on it and it has to go that way. That's just kind of how I am, and it's hard for me to be flexible. I'm getting a little bit better about certain things that I could be flexible with, but it can be hard to be flexible. That's me, and I'm gonna get back to working on this book. It's called Romantic Illusions. Because romance is an illusion. That's not really what I feel. But some romance can be an illusion. Yeah, and that's what this book is about. How you think that everything's going to be perfect, and you kind of make yourself be blinded by the illusion of the romance, of the romantic parts of it. And of the flattery and of the physical stuff, and you just let yourself be blinded by that. And that's kind of what this book is about. It's about thinking one way about your relationship with someone, and then realizing that you just wanted to really think that way to make yourself feel better about it. And it's not just one relationship in this book, it's multiple intertwining. So that also kind of makes it interesting. Right now it's written from 3 different point of views, switching every chapter. 2 boys and 1 girl, because it's kind of a love triangle between them. And then later on, 2 more girls are going to come into the picture. And they're just, it's all going to be intertwining and messy, and they're all very different characters. So it's kind of interesting and different in that way. So that's my book that I'm going to be reading right now and hopefully working on, except I'm only on page 134, and so far it's 210 pages. And I'm not even close to being halfway done yet either. It's going to be a long book. But I really do like the story and how I wrote it, because I like the different point of views. It's kind of a challenge to write the same book from different perspectives, you know, like, especially when I'm writing from this one guy, his point of view, because I hate him. He's kind of a jerk. So it's kind of hard to write from his point of view, but it's a challenge, and I like challenges when I write. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.